What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stats Aren't Sealy back with another bang DD bang D bang D bang 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 it episode, man. And on today's episode, I'm gonna be doing like an overview of this new firearms travel case. It's a Turoka travel case. It's a travel case for firearms. We're gonna get into all the specs and specifications about this case. That is today's episode. Alright, so jumping right into it, man. So here it is, man. This is a Turoka travel gun case that you can travel on the airplanes when you're going out of town, you're going out of state or whatever. You want a gun case for TSA, and this is a TSA approved case. That's the first spec I want to talk right out the back. This is TSA approved, and we're going to get into all the specs. So before we open it up, I didn't show you the box. It came in a regular brown box and a clear plastic bag. It wasn't anything special about the box. So I already took it out the box, so we don't have to worry about doing an unboxing. So this is what it looks like from the front, the right side, the back side, the left or right side, depending on how you're looking at it. And this is what it is so far, man. So right off the gate, I want to talk about first impressions, looking at it, just seeing it. Honestly, it was a little bit bigger than I anticipated. Honestly, when I ordered it, I had the specifications. It was 17 by 14, so I knew it was going to be, bigger than 12 inches, bigger than a foot. So, but I wasn't expecting it to be this massive and this thick, but it's not a bad thing. Like I said, it was a little bit bigger than expected, but I like it. I like that it's this big. I like that it's this thick. Pause. And just first impression. So right off the top, when I first got it out the box and I picked it up, the size of it was like, whoa, this is kind of bulky. This is massive. I like that. And then the weight of it. It's a pretty sturdy, hefty case. Like when you pick it up, it feels solid. It doesn't feel like a cheap case. So there's the bottom. Also, there's the top. Case I showed you guys. So yeah, it doesn't feel cheap, man. I have a bunch of different type of cases. I have Pelican cases. I got Plano cases, and this feels just like the same quality of a Pelican or one of my Plano cases. And everybody knows that those gun cases are pretty pricey, especially the Pelican. This feels like a Pelican case. Like when you feel the quality, when you feel like just the materials, it doesn't feel cheap. It feels like a solid case. So that's not bad for a case that's under $100. I'm not going to get into too much of detail. Let's just say you can find these on Amazon for under $100. So that's pretty dope. Right off the top, that's a steal, man. You can't beat that. So when I first look at this case, the first thing I noticed, or the first thing I kind of touched when I picked it up, was the handle. The handle feels pretty solid. It has like a rubber padding on the handle, so you guys can see right here. It has like this rubber padding, so that makes it super comfortable. So like when you pick this up and you carry it, it doesn't feel like it's gonna hurt your fingers. It doesn't feel like after a while your fingers are gonna hurt like carrying this thing, because the handle is pretty solid and it's pretty sturdy. And I like the fact that the handle, it stays up when you put it up, and it stays down, of course, when you put it down. But what I like about this is that it's not going to be making a bunch of unnecessary noises. Like say, for example, if this thing is upside down, the handle isn't there swinging, making a bunch of noise, and it doesn't drop down and make a click noise, or it doesn't make any noise. It's quiet. There's absolutely no squeaking, there's absolutely no rubbing. So, and it feels pretty smooth going up and down. I know for some people they're like, I don't give a two shits about the handle, but honestly, when you're carrying around a case, handles matters, because the handles can break, handles make a lot of noise, and you know, so I just like the handle right off the top. So first thing you notice when you look at it, also when you look past the handle, you're gonna see this little air pressure seal, and this is to control the air pressure for when you're traveling on airplanes. You know, the pressure, it's pressurized, you know what I'm saying? That's a pretty cool feature. Another good thing that I like about this case right off the top is when you look at the security latches. So it's not just like your typical latch where you just pull up and you know you take them up. You have to, there's a little button right here in the middle that you push that button in, and that releases. So it's like a safety mechanism on the latch, so you know that if something just comes up and hit this latch or try to, you know, rub this latch, it's not just gonna open on both sides. So that's a cool little security feature, so your case is not gonna pop open accidental. If your latches get caught up on something, it's not just gonna pull the latches open and open up the lid. I think that's pretty good. I think that's an awesome feature to have. It's like a little security thing to keep your latches secure. So I like that. You see that? And that's how easy and that's how simple it is to latch them on. Oh, can you go ahead? See how secure they are? And that's pretty cool. And all you literally have to do is take your finger, push that button in, pick it up, and it releases. Push it in, pick it up, and it releases. So awesome features right out the gate just looking at it. So before we open up the case, I know you guys are like, open up the darn case already. So before we open up the case, so let's look at the bottom. So the bottom have these little rubber pads, and that might not seem like a big deal to most, but these rubber pads are pretty cool, because that means that when you put your case down on a solid object surface, it's not going to be sliding around. You see, I'm pushing this thing, and it's not going anywhere. It's not, see, I have to really like, and the only reason why it's moving is because it's on this little mat that I have on top of the table. If I literally just put this on the table, it's not going anywhere. If I just, let me pick this mat up, see, so I put it on there, I really have to like put a lot of force to push this thing. I have to, you know what I'm saying? So the little rubber pads in the bottom is pretty clutch. They have like little dimples on it, so yeah, so it's going to be able to gain traction, just have traction to keep the case solid and keep the case from sliding around. So if you put this in a truck bed, I mean, depending on how hard you hit those corners, it's going to slide, but those little rubber pads are going to keep it from just sliding, just handy dandy, just all over the place. So that's a pretty cool thing that people overlook, is the little rubber pads on the bottom that keep this case from sliding around. All right, so let's go ahead and open this case up. I'm gonna see if I can open it up from this angle. So there you go, you slide it, and then now you slide it open. So right off the top, when you open it, you see the foam padding, and this foam is solid. Like, I've had some cases that I bought, some cheap cases that I bought, and the foam padding, you can tell right off the top, just touching them, they were like super soft and they just feel like flimsy or anything. Not this padding. This padding is solid. This is legit. Like I said, I have Pelican cases, I have Plano cases that are super expensive, and this seems like the same type of material and the same type of quality that you get from a Pelican case and a Plano case. And honestly, the padding in this is actually feels a little bit more solid than the Plano case that I have, and the Plano case is pretty expensive. It's right under the Pelican, and this feels way better than the padding that came in my Plano case. So this padding feels like a Pelican pad case. So this feels like the exact same padding that you get in a Pelican case. So that's saying a lot. Right off the top, when you open this up, hopefully you guys can see. I don't want to break my latches, but hopefully you guys can see. So this is the contents. This is what it looks like. So as you can see, it has slots for 5 pistols. This case has slots for 5 pistols. There's different cases. I believe there's a case that only have a slot for 4. This is the big one. This one has 5 slots for 5 different pistols. You can put a pistol here, put a pistol here, put a pistol here, put a pistol there, put a pistol over here. I'm not going to be traveling with 5 pistols. Like I said, this isn't just a range case. I can use it as a range case to carry 5 pistols, which I probably am going to use it at some point to, you know, to carry pistols to the range if I don't have them on my person. But one of the main things that you can see, it has a slot for 5 pistols, but look at all the magazine slots that they have. These two are like for smaller, like the Glock 43X's, the real thin single stack magazines. These 3 slots are for single stack magazines. but the rest of the slots are for double stack magazines. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20. So you have 20 magazine slots, and like I said, 3 of them is going to be for single stacks and the rest of them is going to be for regular double stack magazines. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, so what comes in the case? Let's talk about what comes in the casings when you unbox this case and you get it. So it comes with this little silica pouch, and this is what you call a rechargeable silica pouch. I haven't taken it out the plastic, it's in the plastic, but it's in a metal container, and with the silica seeds, as you can hear the silica seeds in there, and this is for the moisture. This sucks up any moisture, absorbs any moisture that's in the case to help prevent your firearms and your magazines from rusting. And this is a rechargeable silica case, and what that means is, like, how you charge it is, I believe you put it in the oven for like about an hour to recharge it. I have to read the exact instructions on how long the silica canister is going to last without having to recharge it. I'm going to get back on you guys. I didn't think about that until literally just now, how long this lasts. But whenever you feel like you need to recharge this pouch, however long you can put this in, which I'm assuming you could put it in the case for a couple of months. Like I said, I'll get back to you guys and find out the exact length that this case the silicone pouch is gonna last. But when it's time to recharge it, you just take it out and you pop it in the oven for, I can't remember exactly the times, I think it's like 30 minutes or something. That you just put it in the oven and it reheats and it recharges the silica, and you put it back in your pouch again, in your case again, and it helps protects and it absorbs the moisture from the case. So that's a pretty cool feature. All right, so after I looked at this real quick, it says right here, this is a 40-gram silica thin canister, and it says to recharge, you put this in the oven for 3 hours at 250 degrees. So it says if green. So I'm assuming there's a little window right here, and right now the window is clear, or it looks kind of like reddish or whatever, but it looks clear. But it says, I guess if this turns green, if that little window in the inside turns green, then it's time to recharge it. They put it in the oven for 3 hours at 250 degrees. So that's all the information right there. I told you guys I'd get that information for you. All right, what else comes in this case? One of the biggest reasons why that drew me to this case, and I picked this case out of a lot of other cases out there in the market, is that I didn't even know, first of all, I didn't even know that it came when I sent it with a can. I knew afterwards once I started reading it, but that's not what drew me to this case. The main thing that drew me to this case is that it comes with 2 TSA approved locks, and it comes with the instructions on how to program these locks. It's a 3-digit code lock that you change. It comes with the directions, and you put whatever 3-digit code for these locks, and you can reset them at any time. It comes with the instructions on how you do it. So that's pretty cool. This is the main reason why that drew me to this case, is that it came with 2 TSA approved locks, and the locks goes right here in these corners right here. You see, when you close it, See these little holes in these two slots? That's where you lock them, so it locks on both sides. So that's another thing that drew me to this case. It was a double locking case instead of a single locking case. Most cases have the little lock slot in the middle right here, and I like that they have two locking slots, two little openings to lock it, the slots on both sides, so it's going to keep this cage locked and secure, so when you're traveling you don't have to worry about anybody breaking into your case. That's literally all the features that came with it. The silica canister and the 2 TSA approved locks. Now let's start talking about the case itself. I'm gonna pull up the specs right now. So I'm gonna, real quick for the camera, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna put some B-rolls of it so you guys can get a better picture of it. So these are the slots right here. These are the 3 slots. And another cool feature about this case is that these slots are big enough and deep enough for pistols with red dots. So if you got pistols with red dots, you don't have to worry. The red dots is gonna fit in there, your pistols, and these are gonna fit any regular size pistol, like, you know, carry pistol, like whether it's the compact, subcompact. Full frame pistols would fit in here. I don't see why a full frame pistol wouldn't fit. I don't have any full frame pistols right now. Let me see something real quick. Stand by. So this is the fattest pistol I have, and the Surefire, the extended Surefire right there should be a good replica to what it is. So you stick it in there and you look how deep that is in there. Look at that. See how deep that is in there? Like it makes the staccato looks like it's a small pistol. You can barely see the top portion of the staccato with the red dot. So this is how deep. I wanted to show you guys so you can see how deep that is. So even with the red dot, even when you close the top with the red dot on there, the red dot is not even touching the top. The red dot or the rear sight is not touching the top portion of the foam. And so that's pretty cool. And it's the pistol is in there pretty snug. Hopefully you guys can see, but it's in there pretty snug. It's minimum movement. There's a little slot inside, so the pistol sits in there, so it's not going to be moving around. It's not going to be wobbling side to side. It's not going to be going back and forth. It's not going to be going up and down. It's really tucked in there. So that's what I like about this case. The pistols fit in there pretty snug. You don't have to worry about the pistols moving and jolting. Let's put this pistol back. So let's talk about the dimensions of this case real quick. So long ways, the case is 17.16 inches long in length, 17.16 inches in length, and it is 14 by 56 inches on the sides. 14 by 56 inches is 7.808 inches from top to bottom. So 7.08 inches from top to bottom. So 14, 17, and 7. So that's pretty, that's the specs for it. That's pretty awesome, man. All right, so let's talk about the inside of the case. One of the big things that I like about this case is the modularity of this case. And what I mean by modularity is that these are the slots that I'm going to be using when I travel. I'm going to travel with at least 2 pistols. I might take 3, but at least 2 pistols I'm going to be traveling with, right? So I'm only going to be using these slots on this side right here. So when you're traveling with TSA, they like you to have the ammo in the original case, and they want the ammo locked up as well. What I would like to do, and what I'll be able to do with this, is I will be able to take this little part out over here. I'll slide this part out. I don't want to break anything. I don't want to destroy the little slots more than they need to. So I'm going to go ahead and take this slot out. I'm going to try to pull them out at the same time. Try to keep it easy. So as you can see, this little portion is coming up. I'm taking my time working in it because I don't want to destroy, because the paddings are kind of, the foam is kind of stick together. So I don't want to like mess them up. So I'm trying to just take my time and pull them out evenly, and boom. See how this portion comes out? You can slide this portion out. So I'm going to use this side for ammo. I'm going to put my ammo in this portion of the box right here. I'm going to have this side filled with ammo. I'm going to have my magazines there, and I have the pistols over here. So this is how I'm most likely going to use this case to travel with. So I'm going to put this over here. So this is an extra pistol case and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 magazine slots. So this is perfect for when you're traveling to the range. You can carry 5 pistols and have a bunch of extra magazines in there. If once this is back in here, you're not going to have any slot for the ammo. You have to carry your ammo separately. I have ammo cams, so I really don't need to worry about that. But because, like I said, I got this case specifically for traveling on airplanes and going through TSA, this is how I'm going to have this. This is how it's going to set up. This is how it's going to stay. This portion can come off as well. This little wall right here, this can come out as well. And like I said, I could put an extra magazine in here. I could put whatever stuff I need to put in this portion right here, such as paperwork, licenses, anything like that. I can keep that stuff in here. So this is how I'm going to use this case for travel. So let's talk about the specs and dimensions inside the case. The way how I have it right now with like this configuration, this is how I'm going to use it to travel. It's 9.8 inches, it's 9.84 inches up and down. So this is 9.84 inches by 5 by 1 inch on this side. So 9.84 inches up and down, side by side is 5.16 inches. My bad, I think I said 5.1. 5.16 inches this way. So 9 inches that way, 5 inches that way. So that's a lot of space right there. I could stick a bunch of ammo boxes in there, so I'm not too worried about that. So this is how I'm going to carry this case. So let's start going through the features of this case. One thing you need to know about this case is that it's heavy duty. It feels heavy duty. It's TSA approved, like I already mentioned. It's dust proof, and they're saying it's waterproof. That's pretty cool. I'm not planning on taking this thing fishing anytime soon. I'm planning on taking this on a boat, but it's good to know that if it starts pouring rain, my pistols are going to be safe. It's, let's say I'm on the range or whatever, and I have this case, I know my pistols can be safe in the case. It's waterproof, and I have the moisture absorber silica in there. So even though it's going to be moisture, it's going to be humid, it's going to be a lot of moisture in the air, this silica pack is going to protect my pistols, man. So that's pretty awesome. These are awesome features of a case for under $100. This case is under $100, y'all. The casing is a heavy duty what is it called? Polypropylene. So it's a polypropylene case, man. So it's a heavy duty polypropylene case, man. This is, so it's heavy, it's sturdy, man. This thing, I feel like you can drop this thing, throw this thing up against a wall, and the case is gonna just take that licking, man. So this ain't no cheap plastic, man. This is like a solid, this is some of the best plastics that you can get on the market right now. Another key feature that I already mentioned is the 2-stage push lock system, man. So that's another awesome feature that I like, man. One of the biggest features of this case, one of the biggest selling points for this case for me. Back to the little air pressure valve, man. So this is an automatic air pressure valve. So you don't have to do anything. It automatically gauges the pressure in the case. So that's just awesome, man. When you travel, you know, the air pressure is different. And so especially on an airplane, like I said, it's built for airplanes. When you go up in the sky, it's a lot of pressure. And a lot of that pressure can affect your red dots. It can affect the pistols. It can affect the ammo, you know, because of the air pressure. So being able to have an automatic air pressure gauge on this case, man, that's another huge selling point. Another key feature about this case, there's a metal rod, man. So the rod that keeps this case together, that keeps the top and the bottom together, you can see from the inside, it's a solid metal rod. It's not plastic. Most cases, most company, when they sell you a case, sometimes, a lot of the times, that rod is like a hard plastic. And after a while, man, plastic, after a while, especially being moved a lot, you know, dropped, being in the elements, it's gonna get fragile and it's gonna break. So the fact that they have a solid piece of metal rod on this case, man, to keep the top and the bottom part together, that's pretty awesome. So when this case is locked up, you can't just come back here and you can't just break the rod. And the rod is pretty covered from the outside. When you look and you try to find that rod, you can't see it. The only place you can see the rods is in these little slots right here. There's 3 slots, 3 openings. That's the only place that you can see the rod, that you can get to it. And it's going to be hard to try to put a screwdriver in there and try to bend or break the rod, man. Like, it's, and a matter of fact, it looked like there's 2 pieces of rod in there. It looked like there's two metal pieces, one on both sides, man. It's gonna take a lot to break into this case. That's the main thing to keeping this case secure. Another feature, or another cool thing about it, is they have a lifetime warranty on the case, man. This company have a lifetime warranty for this case. They believe in this case so much that they tell you for the life that you own this case, if anything goes wrong, if anything breaks, anything malfunction, anything just stop working, they give you a lifetime warranty. You can't beat that for under $100, man. You just can't. The case is waterproof, shockproof, and dustproof. So if your pistol is in this case and it's locked up, you don't have to worry about dust getting in there. You don't have to worry about water getting in there, and if you drop it, it's shockproof, man. The padding is so nice and so well built on the inside that if you drop this thing, man, the shock is going to absorb the shock of the fall. So that's why it's saying that it's shockproof, because the pistol's completely secured in this case, man. So I mean, I think I hit all the features of this case, man. Like I said, the padding is solid. The padding on the inside is solid. When I put the guns in there, the guns is secure. You can have red dots on there. You can have compensators. It fits any subcompact, compact, and full-size pistols, man. The material is dope. It doesn't seem cheap. It doesn't feel fragile at all. Like, it feels solid, man. Like just the construction of it, there's no like defects that I can see on this thing. Like, there's no, the glue that's holding the top part of the padding is pretty dope, man. Everything just seems solid with this case. Honestly, looking at this case, man, this case seems like it's a $200 or $300 case. I'm not even gonna hold you to it. Like, this case is built like it's worth $300. I can easily see somebody paying, if you just take off this little sticker and you put Pelican on here, if you put a Pelican sticker on here, you can sell this case for somebody for $300, man. You can sell this case for $300 just by changing the name on the case, man. It's a solid case. I love this case so far. I'm gonna travel with it. We have a vacation coming up, and so that's gonna be my first time traveling outside the military with firearms. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'm gonna tell you guys that experience when I get to it. And like I said, as you can see, the construction, it's pretty dope. And you see how they're glued together. They're pretty well glued together. There's, you know, it's a solid case, man. Everything about this case I like everything about this case. There's really no negatives that I can find about this case. When I first, like I said, when I first took it out the box, when I saw the size, I was a little like kind of thrown by that. I wasn't expecting it to be as thick and bulky, but it's really not that big. Honestly, when you look at it, it's really not that big. It's really not crazy. It's really not that crazy of a size. And I like the fact that I can carry 5 firearms in this case. I can carry a bunch of magazines, up to 20 magazines that I count, if I remember correctly. There was 20 magazine slots. 3 of them was single stack, and the rest of them was regular double stack type magazine. So this case is awesome. This is a dope under $100 investment. Do I think this case is worth it? Yes. I mean, like I said, the construction of this case, man, is solid. This is a solid case. This case can easily be sold as a Pelican case. If you take off this little Taroka case logo and you put a Pelican logo on there, like it feels like you won't be able to tell the difference by touching and feeling this case from a Pelican case, man. Like, the Pelican cases, yes, you know, they're proven, they're solid and everything, but honestly, this is a good budget pistol case for travel, man. And I don't even want to say the word budget with this case, because it's so solid and it's so well built that I feel like disrespectful calling it a budget case. But it is a budget case because it's under $100 and it's going to protect your pistols. It's TSA approved, and it comes with 2 TSA approved locks on top of coming with a silica moisture pouch to absorb the moisture. And it has an air pressure gauge, an automatic air pressure gauge. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to twist it to adjust the pressure. It automatically adjusts the air pressure. It comes with a solid handle. It comes with extra slots, man. This is just an all-around solid case, and I would definitely recommend this case to everybody, man. But anyways, man, I'm not going to talk you guys too much to death, man. I'm just super excited about this case, and I could just ramble about this case for another 30 minutes. But anyways, man, go on Amazon, look at the name, Taroka case, and check it out, man. It's under $100. You can't beat that at all. Until next episode, I'm going to do an update video on this. Once we come back from our vacation, I'm going to do an updated video to let you guys know how we handle the trip, how we handle the airport people throwing it around and stuff like, you know, to get your case and just throw it around and shit, man. I don't care what nobody says. Those luggage handlers don't give a damn about your luggage, man. They just grab that stuff and throw it. So I'll let you guys know if it survived its first vacation deployment, man. So we'll see. I'll do an updated video a couple months from now after a vacation, and then I'll let you guys know, man. But until the next episode, man, First of all, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for checking me out, man. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate everything you guys do, man. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys want to support the channel, you don't have to spend a dime. You don't have to spend a cent, not even 1 penny. If you want to support this channel, all you got to do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that share button. That's all you got to do, and they're all for the free. They're all free. It's free to hit the like. It's free to subscribe. It's free to share. Come on, man. Support your boy, man. It's 2025, man. Let's start supporting each other. Let's start showing each other love, man. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button. You might not like my content now, but in the future, you might see something that you like. You know, I'm always evolving. I'm always improving. You guys look back at my first videos from back in 2021 when I first started YouTube, man. Look at the studio setup. Look at how much we've grown in this short couple of time. And guess what? I'm only going to continue growing, man. You guys, if you like what you see, if you guys want to help support the channel, you guys want to help support your Second Amendment, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, man. Until the next episode, it's your boy, Stats Aren't Silly. Remember, always be greater than you were yesterday. We live to train because we train to live. Go out, learn how to shoot, learn how to protect yourself, learn how to defend your family, because you are your own first responder. 911, police, sheriff, nobody's gonna be there that very second you're being victimized, man. So go out and learn how to defend yourself, because you are your own first responder. Until the next episode, it's your boy, Stats Aren't Silly. We'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, and if you guys want to save money, you might want to check out my affiliate links in the description. If you're looking to purchase firearms and accessories, hit the affiliate links and use my discount code. Not only are you going to save yourself discounts, but that's another way you can support the channel. We have affiliate links to companies like Daniel Defense, 1791 Holsters, Brownells, Sons of Liberty Gunworks, Faxon Firearms, Aero Precision, Alien Gear Holsters, Falco Holsters, Greyman Tactical, Euro Optics, Gorilla Ammunition for all your rifle and handgun ammunition needs, Pro Airs, Ballistic Advantage, Blue Force Gear, and many more companies in the firearm industry. So you guys hit those links and save you money. That's how you support the channel. And once again, thank you guys for tuning in.